The 130 teachers, academics and authors who wrote this letter reckon the UK should follow the Scandinavian model and put off formal lessons for 2 years. They believe early education is causing profound damage to children, causing stress and fear around learning, and is robbing them of the ability to play. So, should formal schooling for infants, do you think, Sherry, think it should be delayed?
Makes my blood boil when I hear things like, of course it shouldn't be delayed. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous to say things like that. All right, look, stop. I have a 2.5-year-old granddaughter, OK? She has an iPad. She can put Peppa Pig on it. For goodness sake, she's way ahead of her time. OK, she's gone to nursery and she's doing very well. She plays in nursery, but she's way ahead of her time. She can, you know, she picks up books. She's already looking at words. She can spell. These kids should then be assessed and moved on or moved there, and the next kids alongside of them. So at 2.5, that is so young, isn't it? What do you do? Say, no, she's 2.5, she can only play with prams and dolls. That's going to stunt her growth right from the beginning. She should be taken forward and moved on to the next part of that class.
Well, that's all very well to say that about her, but I think that actually, if you look at all children, they are very, very different. And I do think that the age that they go to school should be raised.
No, all you do is you assess a child.
No, I absolutely think you've got to look at the rest of Europe, where we are now almost the only country that sends their children to compulsory school and starts testing them from the age of 5. In the most of Europe, it's 6 or 7. And I've got news for you. When it comes to literacy, to maths, reading and the science, we're slipping down the league tables and we're being overtaken by countries like Poland, Latvia and Norway, where the children go to school at 6 or 7.
I think you're wrong, Janet. It's got nothing to do with that. We can't dumb down the industry.
We're not dumbing down because the results in those countries show that it's not dumbing down. The fact of the matter is that in a lot of schools now, children are arriving at primary school unable to form sentences, unable to talk to other children. Quite often they are not toilet trained, and there are a lot of children arriving at primary school who are not ready to learn anything, and so that, you know, that's
I completely disagree with you, Janet. Completely and utterly disagree with that. And it annoys me because I take education, I think, is the most important thing that we can give our children. And I'm really, really passionate about it because...
well, that's stating the obvious.
No.
I mean, I'm hardly saying that education's bad for you.
No, you're not. I know you're not. But what I'm saying is, from the moment we're born, we're learning. All of us. Every single one of us. And if that's nurtured, encouraged, and also our kids' development is monitored in a group environment, because when I first had Bo, I didn't know the first thing about parenting, I didn't know about education. The only way that I knew that she had normal development was by the school. When she went, because she went to Montessori nursery school when she was 2, and she wasn't doing maths and literacy, she was learning things like how to clean and how to hold a pencil for later on in life by doing things with a cotton bud. There are ways that children can learn through play. Education doesn't automatically mean pressure, and it really annoys me because it's a very, very important thing at the moment. Lots of children can't read and write, and I think some children, you know, need to be in school because it's the best place for them.
Read at 3 or 4 is any better than teaching them to read at 7. I don't think we're disagreeing about creative play can teach people life skills.
Yeah, but you just said that children shouldn't have education by the age of 5. That's ridiculous because they're going to be at home.
I'm talking about they're not going to be at home. They should be in a nursery school having structured play.
But that's
they should be learning social
But also
skills.
as well, you're absolutely, I agree with you that, you know, they should be in nursery, but they're not legally. They don't legally have to go to school until 4 or 5. So really, it's up to the parent to decide whether they want to put them into nursery or not, and their finances allow it.
If nursery school was free, I think what these people, this Save Childhood, the movement called Save Childhood, which has written this letter to the newspaper and made all this stink, what they're saying is let children be children and also let them value this time in their lives. There is a danger that we're pushing them into learning by rote, learning how to pass tests, and learning things in a much more rigid way, which will really...
But they don't, Janet.
When they do the tests,
development.
Janet, they're 2 or 3 years old, the first ones they do, and they're not tests like O-levels.
No.
They're assessments. It's called the early years foundation stage or something.
But
I've
if
written
it's
it down
so success,
that's
how come in Europe we're slipping down the tables of achievement?
But
These
Janet, I
tests
don't
are
think
not
it's to do with the
working.
schools. I think it's to do with a lot of home life, and I think parents having to go to work.
I agree.